Hi all, welcome to my Game Week 100 squad and talking about the wheel and my loyalty box as well. So plenty to kind of delve into here, folks. As you can see, your lineups for Game Week 100 consisting of under 23 All-Star in its glory. So as you can see, we have one 7-man squad, we have a 6-man here, and we have a 3-man. It will sadly be like about a 1-man because Cisa never played, Berta's not likely to play, so and Bernardo's maybe likely off the bench. But this is the work in progress that we're trying to make at under 23s as quick as we can and as hard as we can. We're really trying to bring in depth. We have like enough to, I think, once we're into the full season, to be like 4 teams. It's goalkeeper wise, we're still a bit light because obviously we're thin down a bit now, but we're still hopefully tied down 2 or 3 more keepers in due course, and then we're kind of sorted from there. But all in all, like see how Belgio and Bowie do, and obviously the guys that are in the MLS and Pro League and just kind of in Germany, we'll see how they all do. It's just trial and error for them just now, but as I said, we'd like to get these guys in. We'd like to get rare for under 23s properly as well. As I said, it's a lot of fun in the gallery. It's just annoying between the limiteds, the rares and the super rares that I have. People have a lot of the cards that I'm wanting. It's like when you're trying to shift cards on, if some of the bot trading accounts have the cards you're wanting, and you're trying to send over cards and they're not touching, and you say to yourself, like, seriously, what's the point? And it's a bit tedious. So I'll keep trying, keep persevering, and hopefully I can make stuff happen. All-Star, we've gone with a full Hibs squad of 7, which is going to be good banter. Like, I'm actually going to be seeing how this plays out. Obviously, we have to talk about Hibs as well. I will talk about Hibs later on in the video, so keep your eyes peeled for that, because that ties into the whole Predictify, Sorare inside, and the Sorare perspective as well. But we've got Jordan Smith, Iredale, Rocky, Cadden, Boyle, Bowie, and Levitt. If I'm brutally honest, Nicky's the only one really out of this team I would have swapped, but I didn't want to put Campbell in this team. And if I was brutally honest, I wanted to run 2 defenders, 2 mids and 2 forwards. It felt perfect, and I feel all 7 are going to be involved in some capacity. I feel Smith will start on Sunday, but we'll wait and see. Second All-Star squad, this is when I'm quite happy knowing that I can run all my keepers, like Zeleneka, Malenica. I literally only had like 4 rare keepers playing, so it was great. So knowing that I've got the Croatian lads in full effect will be handy, and try to fit them all in and play them all accordingly. It's just a pity I didn't have enough rares playing this game week, because having to field Ukili, Andre, Cáceres is brutal. But yeah, just sadly a bit short on midfield and whatnot. But that's the main team that has potential. The other 3, God knows what will happen. I need this team to finish top 1500, which is doable. If brutally honest, if Hibs perform the way they can, these 7, this is probably a 600 point squad. Like, if they all play and all perform. Like, if Rocky gets a decisive, Iredale's just high, same for Rocky. If Cadden does start, I doubt it, because I feel Obita does start. Levitt, whatever. We're laughing, but time will tell. And the 4 limited All-Star squads, these teams are fine because we're able to actually field squads. This is the serious one. Like, I'm quite excited about this. I wish I'd maybe put Wolf over Boyle, but not complaining. But it's a very serious 7 Verips, Roldans, Delgado, Chambos, but it's just serious. It's a good, serious squad. Collier getting hopefully big numbers on Sunday again. Dawan, high potential there. And also just filtering around. Like, Castro Montes is maybe wish I hadn't put him in here, but when you're trying to filter out of like who's playing, who's not playing, all this kind of stuff, who's playing who, it's just tactical at the end of the day. But as I said, 1% boost, we take any boost that we can get, especially if it keeps us ticking over nicely in the grand scheme of things. Now, obviously we don't do arena or uncapped because I don't spend my essence on like crafting and all that kind of stuff. So spin the wheel, we've got 5 at the moment. I'd love the 377, which is sadly not what we've got. So for the regular, you get miss, spin again, XPs, some essence. So far from the 5 spins we've had a miss, a spin again, about 150 essence and some clues, so which I can't fault actually. Like, give me a tier 1, I'll be happy all day long. The golden, which is if every 10 spins you're guaranteed something, so that's not bad. Like, knowing that you can get 15 quid or 37 quid from the spin, and it's 6 and 4% respectively, is not bad. Like, we want a jersey, that's what we're kind of chasing after, but we know full well we're either going to get the low essence or XP, but we'll see what crops up with that. But if this is just going to stay in from now, I'm delighted. I'm all for it. Been, to be honest, something for a while that we've kind of needed. We've got to crafting quickly because that's what we've got to talk on. So basically, for how it works, no, it's not how it works. Ah, here it is. So yeah, 1 top 5 leagues, 1 trophy, and 2 like country. So that's what we managed to get. We're at 8,310 limited, 1280 for rare, and 440 for super rare. I'm not even remotely interested at the moment. Obviously, the available competitions goes from MLS down to the Danish Super League. Folk have said, oh gee, once SPFL and Eredivisie come in, you must be going to go in for it. Eredivisie, I might. But then when there's so much there, I'm like, do I really want to do it? Knowing that I have quite a mix, and it's like 20% enough for like the top 3 options. So you say to yourself, there's like a 60% chance you could see in theory of getting cars I don't really want, but I'll see how I feel, because rare wise is a bit different when it's like 46% challenger, 44 limited contender, 9% MLS, and I know for super rare it's all neutral, or no longer says that. Interesting, because that's what it was previously, because that's basically all my 440 have come from. Let's see, I'm trying to shift on these cards. We're going to try our hardest to get this up in terms of common packs as much as possible. I will probably chip away a fair bit into bench warmer packs when they arrive, mainly because I just want to get them in. And at the moment, 2,500 common essence isn't much to spend, and also if you're able to get the bench warmers in, because you're most likely to get the 25, 60s in. So if you're getting the fives and say 10 players in, then you're kind of laughing really. But yeah, Sorare tickets, how to get them is buy a Sorare 26 ticket, you get 2. Buy for the auction is 2. End of Sorare auction, second for the 4th wins you a ticket. Other ways of winning tickets maybe in future, but at the moment not remotely interested in anything for the top 5 leagues really, or anything. But Game Week 101 is midweek. All-Star we can do at limited. Like, I've been trying to do NCE, and this is maybe when I just decide not to bother. I'm intrigued how we're not showing this game week at the moment for Smith, but I will keep that in mind in due course, because it will help, because I can field Hibs players. Game week 102 is when we start to see MLS return. Eredivisie makes its return. Game week 103, still more Europe. That'll be, obviously, this is when Hibs will appear again. I love how it says one keeper and it's Arias, when we know full well we are hoping that game week is when Hibs shows up as one of the team, especially when the match list does not have any of the European games at the moment, apart from Fenerbahce, Feyenoord, Club Brugge, Salzburg. So, yes, a lot to factor in there. And then game week level 4, everything is back in full effect. All competitions, Ligue 1 and everything. Obviously, champion. We have a lot to work with, which we are happy about, because we are very, very happy. But basically, we have a lot. We have 5 limited keepers that we can use, and I think at least 3 are going to be playing. Plenty of defenders at limited level, plenty mids at rare level, plenty of mids in at limited level, plenty forwards. We've got depth across the board. It's great, really. It's quite fun. If I'm brutally honest, I'm looking forward to it. Even at rare, like when I go to rare, yes, I only have 1 squad at the moment, but it's going to be a bit more stocked up. Give it a bit of time. We are trying our hardest. Mids, we are a bit thin on the ground. Forwards, we're a bit thin on the ground. But as I say, that I am trying my hardest between now and the 15th of August to bring in as much rare champion cards in, as much rare under 23 cards in, and that kind of ticks us up from there. Because All Star were fine. Like when it comes to this period of the season, I love how it's like you have 141 cards. It's quite funny, and even at rare, it's like, I know at that point I can field Zelenek, I can field Schmid, Figaro, Maloneka, Yanez. It's great, really. It's not like any shortage of options across the board. I can field 4 serious teams. I can then consider Arena if I so wish, but it depends on how I feel, if I want to really do it or not, because I've got to believe that I can get into them golden arenas and have a bit more success. But I'm not really seeing the point of spending 100 essence to get 150 back, because it's most likely I'm not going to have that success, and I don't see the point of stressing out over it. Hannes Wolf for New York City FC. Where is it? Nothing. Hack is on 64. Martinez is on 80. Banner. Wolf must not even. Is Wolf even on the bench? No, he's not. Oh, Banner. Oh, great. Banner. Oh, well. That's that team in the mud. Never mind. But on that note, folks, lots to take in. As I said, a lot of promos and a lot of everything coming. As I said, the mega cart, rewards for true collectors. I'm not really fussed. I'm not even fussed about the bonus card stuff or anything. I'm just rather just use what I have and build up my gallery for there. So we're going to fin out as best as we can, make it work and all that kind of good stuff. But as I said, hopefully we can get our first first missions done at limited, rare and all that kind of good stuff. Like the common stuff is going to be fun in games, how they implement that from a collect perspective now. Because obviously with everything going on, so it might be worth maybe just holding off sort of stuff. Have an in-season goalkeeper in the lineup. Well, we don't have any of that. Limited. We're trying. Upcoming forward defender gets 200 essence, but we're trying. I said the rare missions. We need rare missions as well. Would be handy on top of just the daily stuff. Like, could you imagine that? Like 250 rare essence, or instead of that, make that $10. Like, would it really hurt? Not really. So, yeah, food for thought, really, in the grand scheme of things. I've said it a few times, and I'll keep saying it. But let me know, folks, your thoughts and everything. Have a good one. Take you all, and I'll catch you all later.